What's up, y'all? This is Sela the Poet. Tonight I'm going to talk about what it is to be Afro-Latina. Okay? To be Afro-Latina. Being an Afro-Latina woman is a dual existence. I am proud of my blackness, my melanin, and my Afro-curly natural hair. I am Afro-Caribbean, and I am also Latina. Two heritages that swirl within me, fighting for the throne of identity, sometimes repelling each other and sometimes blending perfectly to form the enigma that is I. It is other people whom my identity causes an issue for. The nuances of other people's prejudice, ignorance, curiosity, and sometimes foolishness can almost drive a sister insane. You know what I'm saying? Why do certain Latinos think that they have supremacy when it comes to Latino identity? Why? Because their roots and phenotype are closer to European, aka Spaniard, historically? Having European or Spaniard blood doesn't make me any less Latino or make you any more Latino. I guess they didn't get the memo that the slave ships, which brought at least 10 million Africans to the Americas, 47% of them went to the Caribbean islands, 38% went to Brazil, and 6% went to mainland Spanish America. So those percentages of millions of people showed that, yeah, we were there in large numbers. See, our African presence was always there in very large numbers, and we influenced the Latino culture. We are as much a part of the history and the fabric of the diaspora as those who have European or mestizo blood. Okay? In me, the African, native, and unfortunately colonizer ancestries exist. But my main and most numerous roots come from Mother Africa, the motherland. Yo soy negra y orgullosa. Like James Brown, say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Soy la encarnación de la Afro-Latinidad. My identity became the topic of joking and conversation while I was listening to salsa at work. First, my coworkers and a couple of individuals were poking fun about the fact that I was listening to salsa. My immediate, one of my employers then asked me why she never hears me listening to reggae. So she wrongly assumed that I didn't listen to reggae, okay? Now, the music I like should not be a measuring stick by which to measure the quantity of my blackness or my loyalty to the Afro-Caribbean side of my heritage, okay? See, that person knowingly tried to stuff me in a category or a box of either or, which most people try to do. I guess it's hard for people to accept the dual identity that I represent. It's hard for their minds to conceive that blackness and Latino-ness can dance together in perfect synchronicity in Afro-Latinos. I have been asked whether my hair was really mine countless times, or have people tell me I have good hair. Okay? I've heard people talk about pelo malo. Okay? And these ideas, they're just not right. You know, they're based in racism. So I've had some Latino people assume that I'm only an African American who learned Spanish, instead of being embraced as being a part of the same Latino community that they're a part of. Okay? But because of my appearance and my features, they always make that separation. They usually do. I've had the reverse happen in Latino spaces. I'm usually assumed to be black until I start speaking Spanish or Spanglish. And then all of a sudden I gain a level of acceptance. Or an interrogation begins. people start asking me question after question about my background, my ethnicity, where my family is from, and the questions about the island where I come from, to make sure I'm really a Latina. It can be exhausting, having to give explanations to satisfy other people's curiosity or to check their obvious ignorance. Yes, Afro-Latinos do exist, and we don't need your approval or your validation. Our presence will be there, whether you accept it or deny the truth. Okay? And biased and racist perceptions towards who we are and what we are not will not stop the reality of our identity as an Afro-Latino. So, in certain black spaces, sometimes I'm considered exotic or a nice mix, or my blackness is measured sometimes in Latino spaces. In Latino spaces, I'm black, but sometimes I'm not accepted as Latino until I speak the language, or until I know something about the culture. And even then, it's treated by skepticism, treated with skepticism by some people. So that's a little bit of what it's like being Afro-Latina. I just wanted to share some of my thoughts about it. Sometimes things happen, in daily life, and it just makes you think about your identity. I don't have a problem with my identity. It's just that other people often try to fit you into a box. And I will never ever fit into your box. Yo soy Afro-Latina, and I'm proud. Well, that is my thoughts. You guys enjoy your Friday. Peace.